This is a Uniden Bearcat BC895XLT radio scanner. It's a pretty nice radio. I've had this for a while. Unfortunately, it's not working. What happened was, about a week ago, one of my neighbors down the road from me was hit by lightning. And it hit a tree, it did a lot of damage to their property. And I was down in my radio room when it happened, and I heard a snap, and I thought I saw a flash, so I thought maybe I got some stray lightning coming in the shack here. Well, anyway, things seemed to work okay until I tried to turn this on, and it was dead. And what I found out was this power supply, 12 volts, 2 amps, somehow was damaged during that storm we had. So the next step is plugged it into a bench supply, turned it on, unit's still dead. So obviously it took out the power supply and something's wrong with the unit here. I don't have a service manual for this, so I guess we'll have to work on it blind. I like this radio. I hope I can get it fixed. Pretty nice radio. I've had this for a number of years. I think it's a Hamfest find. I don't think I've ever worked on this one before either, so at least we'll be able to look inside and see what we got. So stand by and I'll open up the unit. I have the unit open. I'm feeding it from a bench supply, 12 volts, monitoring the current. Comes in through this barrel connector. And let's see if we get power to, okay, we got 12 volts, pretty much. I can run that up to 12. There we go. Turn the unit on. And it's pulling no power, so obviously we've got a break in the power here. We got power in the jack, but no power to the board here, so it's completely dead. So I guess the next step, I'm going to see if I can trace the power where we're losing it here. Here is the barrel connector, power connector here. So we've got that. Now that's fed through the board to a capacitor here. The main capacitor, and I get 0. Let me see what that is. Okay, that's 100 microfarad 16 volt cap. And the positive lead is on this side, so I should be getting plus 12 volts here. And I'm getting nothing. Okay, so where are we losing our power here? Oh, we've got a trace here, I believe. Just a minute. I'm going to disconnect the power, and I'm going to go to continuity. Okay, here's the lead that goes over to the capacitor, the positive lead. Okay, it goes here. Oh, look at this. We've got a... well, that's just a conformal coating, I believe. I don't think it's the actual trace. Okay, we've lost it here. And here also. I can see some damage on the board here. It looks like it opened the circuit here. in here. Yeah, we got a gap here. Interesting. Yeah, this line should be connected to this trace that runs over to here, and it runs over to the positive of the, I believe that's the positive. Let's see. Oh, it's this one. This is the cap here. Never mind here. This is the cap. Okay, we've got continuity. Here's the negative of the cap. It's in frame. Here's the negative of the main cap, that 100 microfarad. Here's the positive lead. And that's a solder mask on there that was... Okay, I'm going back, and we got an opening here. And this should be connected here, and we don't. So what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to connect a jumper from here over to the positive of that cap. I have 12 volts here on a current limited supply, and I'm going to connect power directly across the main filter cap here and see what happens. So we will jumper. And there it works. Okay. Okay, so we have a power problem here, so we're not getting power across the main cap, so I may have to do some jumpering in here to take care of that broken trace here. So we'll do that next. Okay, here's what ended up happening here. When this lightning hit, took out that external power supply, it broke some connections here. One was from the barrel connector to a diode. This is a protection diode for reverse polarity, just a regular silicon diode. And this was open from the positive of the barrel connector to the anode of that diode. So I had to jumper that. It also blew this trace open here that went to the negative lead of the main cap. So now we've got power. I'm going to test this at a couple different frequencies. I'm not going to hook it up to a generator because I think we got the problem solved. It was a power supply problem, so I'm going to just transmit on an HT locally here. 1, 2, test, 1, 2, test. Hello, test. That's in the 70 centimeter band. Let's pick one in the 2 meter band. Test, 1, 2, test, 1, 2, test. Hello, test, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's working. So the problem was a lightning strike. Took out the little transformer here, and it blew a couple traces open on the circuit board. So luckily, it was a fairly easy fix. So I haven't had a lightning strike damage here since I think my house when I lived back in Beloit years ago. I had lightning hit a satellite dish, blew up a bunch of equipment. And when this lightning hit the guy down the road here, it got in my shack somehow. And so far, this is the only piece of equipment I found that's damaged. Hopefully, that's the only one. So I don't know how it got in here. It wasn't connected to an antenna. So weird things happen with lightning. So anyway, the Bearcat BC895XLT is back in service. Here's the power supply that also doesn't work that I was using with this scanner. It's just a 12 volt. It says 12 volts at 2.67 amps. I don't know what this is for. I have tons of these, and maybe this isn't worth fixing. but I don't like things when they don't work, so I'm going to try to fix it. I'm going to open this. I usually go around here with a blade and hit it with something like that. Work my way around. I'll do that, and then when I get the lid off, I'll be back. Well, I pop the lid off, and here it is. I don't see anything on this side that looks burnt or bad. Let's check the bottom. Oh boy. Yeah. Burn. And more burn. Oh, and it smells burned too. So, is this worth fixing? Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's worth a try. Let's see what we have as burnt components on here. I'm going to test the MOSFET first. See if that's any good. Looks like the MOSFET's good. I thought that would be blown. Okay, the MOSFET is good. So next we will test the bridge rectifier. I'm going to test the bridge rectifier. Positives on the left, negative on the right, AC in the two centers. Just as a review, in testing a bridge, what you're looking for is to test each diode in the bridge, and to do that, for instance, if I connect the negative lead of the diode, of the meter in the diode test mode to the positive terminal, which is here on the left, I should get one diode drop to each of the AC terminals. And I'm not. It looks like they're shorted. Likewise, if I connect the positive lead to the negative terminal of the bridge, which would be this one, I should get a diode drop going to each of the AC terminals. So I'll first go to one. Now I am getting a diode drop there, and the other one, I'm getting a diode drop there. So these two diodes are good. These two diodes are shorted, it looks like. In fact, if I go across the AC, you can see I've got a short. Either direction should be. Yeah. So these two diodes are shorted in the bridge, and these two diodes are good. I'll replace the bridge. So I've got a good MOSFET, and I got a bad bridge. And I will test some of these components on the bottom. I did notice some burnt marks, and I'm not sure. Let's see, the bridge would have been here, but a lot of the burnt mark was here. Maybe it arced over to here someplace to one of the grounds. I don't know. I'll test these components in the burn area. If I don't find anything there that's bad, I will replace the bridge with a new one, and I'll put the MOSFET back in, which is on this heat sink, and then I will test for minimum smoke. So stand by. This board has a number of bad components on it. Quite a few of these resistors are shorted, and I noticed here it is blown off. See if I can find it with the naked eye here. Right here it's blown off. One of the traces has been blown off the board here. So I think I'm going to scrap this. I got a whole box of these things. They're just not worth the time and effort. I could replace the bridge if that was the only problem. But to replace all these surface mount components, it's just not worth it. So this one is going to get scrapped. I will save, though. I will save the line cord, the output cord, and not much else on these things is worth saving here. Maybe that MOSFET might be good for some other projects or from breadboarding, but I'm going to call it quits on this. So I will grab another power supply out of the stash for powering the Bearcat scanner. So that'll do it for this one. Thank you for watching. I hope you found it enjoyable, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.